www.oghuskyradio.com, broadcasting live from the east side of Los Angeles. What we got in the spot, man?
I suppose, man. What's up?
What's good, man? How you been, man?
I've been good, man. OG Husky Radio, been holding it down, man, since day one. It's just...
What's up with you, man? What you been up to, though, man?
Man, just been trying to get rich, you know what I mean? Just been trying to get rich low-key, man, but focusing on this new tour. Every year, man, it's the same thing. Constant touring every year. Just trying to stay in my own little lane, trying to stay active, trying to preserve the culture, do what I can to, like, uplift, motivate some people, you know what I mean? So,
how do you pick the artists? Because there's a few artists that have been down with it before, but, you know what I mean? You constantly have a new generation of artists.
You know what, man? I've been doing this shit as far as, like, national touring and, like, taking artists to different states and stuff like that. I've been doing that since, like, 2012. So, like, 2012, I've probably done about 16 tours, I think. 16 tours. So I try to set up three tours a year. And I was just talking to the dudes earlier, man, that probably like 90% of the artists that I've took on the road since 2012, I had this whole list with a bunch of names and shit. And what I did is I put a red line across a name that's like non-existent anymore. And then I'll put a pink one if they're still, like, you know, doing music and active. And then I'll put a blue one if they did something like dope, like something worth applauding and shit, you know what I mean? And there's only been like 4 with the blue line. The rest were all like red and a couple pinks and shit, you know what I mean? Yeah. This dude was a pink one and shit, and I told him, only because you're back on this shit, you know what I mean? Because that whole, you know, gone for 4 years, you can't really do that shit in music, bro. It's not the way it works, you know what I mean?
Who are some of the artists that you've had on the RDS tour?
Artists that were like successful or just in general?
Yeah, just, you know.
I mean, off the bat, the one that got the most success was, I would say, Fora. You know what I mean? That
signed to a major label.
Signed to a major label. That was, we did like 7-8 tours together, 40 states, fucking all over the place. EMC Sinatra, who's with King Little G and that whole, he's blowing up. I booked his first show ever, and I mean, he was selling pre-sale tickets to get the slot, and it's crazy watching him grow. There's even cats that I don't even fuck with now that I put on their first shows, you know.
But I want to, because even before the RDS tour, though, you were booking venues in LA. Like,
oh, yeah.
I want to get a little bit into, like, just a little bit of history of that. Yeah. Because it's like, for a certain generation, it starts for them at the RDS tour. Yeah. But let them know, like, about Rhyme.
Well, that's like, really what I'm known for, and I mean, it usually stops at the fora, and I mean, like, when people go back, like, oh, you were managing him and throwing tours and stuff, but it's like, bro, I started throwing shows in 2002, you know what I mean? I was 16 years old. I started throwing shows from 2002 to 2012. In that 10-year gap, I threw close to 2,000 events. From the P-Rock and Steel Smooth to Onyx to KRS-One to members of the Wu-Tang to the Crooked Eyes to Chino XLs. Like, I threw a bunch of fucking shows, man. And there was months where I was throwing 25 shows a month. Like, 25 shows a month. I had an operation going, I mean, and all these shows catered to, like, just the grassroots hip-hop, the underground hip-hop, and then I got into, like, the gangster shit, you know what I mean? I was, like, I got more into the business of how can I get more people to shows, and the gangster world didn't have someone to, like, put them at shows and stuff like that because they were scared, and I was a dude that was just booking all the, like, straight-up dude, like, there were shootouts at my shows, man, like, it was crazy, and then I just kind of got to a point where I was like, I need something different, you know what I mean? Yeah. So now I focus on just the local artists, like just the cats that are like, yo, I've been rapping for a couple years, or I want to take my career to the next level, and they're humble enough to not let the ego control, you know, what their destiny and shit, you know what I mean? Because the thing with hip-hop is that everyone, especially when you got homies hyping you up, you know what I mean, you're a rapper, people feel like they got it all figured out. And you can't help someone who already has it figured out, you know what I mean? Like, Like, I was trying to get this fool on a low-carb diet because he started a diet. And he was like, there ain't shit you could tell me, bro. I'm sticking to my watermelon and water, you know what I mean? He was like, there ain't nothing you could tell me. So if someone's not willing to like take input and really say like, because I always tell people like I got the track record, you know what I mean? Like, and I never make promises. Like I don't sit here and tell fools like, yo man, I could blow you up, like I could, because I really can't do anything that they can't do for themselves.
So it's still the same RDS tour. I'm providing you with this, but it's up pretty much on you.
Yeah,
right? Like,
yeah.
This is just the outlet of it. You gotta still do your own grind.
It's like I always use like sexual examples and shit. It's like I'm that dude who like throws the kickback and invites the chicks for you to come in. You know what I mean, to come through and shit. Like, you know, when you were in high school and shit.
I'll give you the one. It's like I'm gonna get her naked, but I'm gonna fuck her. I'm not gonna be like, oh, she's ready to get fucked now. Come on, it's your turn.
Like you want me to grab your fucking dick and stick it in, like so. So that's what a lot of artists think. Like, I've literally had artists on tour that after a few shows are like, they pull me to the side. They're like, hey, bro, like, I've been on this tour for like a week and like I'm not popping yet. Like, what's wrong? And I'm like, bro, are you fucking kidding me? I mean, so like, it's crazy, bro. All I do is create a platform. I mean, because I figured it out with my own career that I know what to do to go to different states and travel, and I know how to make that happen. So all I do is bring people along with me, and then we have this marketing program where I kind of show them the like fundamentals of how to run a business and how to make money from it. You know what I mean? Because that's something that everyone wants to figure out, whether they do it for the love or whatever. Is how do you live off this shit? And I figured it out. You know what I mean? At least within my own means and shit. You know what I mean? So I just try to spread that love, bro. You know what I mean?
What about the fans? I mean, you've been doing it for so long. Are you gaining new fans? Is it growing?
Yeah,
like,
man.
What can you tell the young art? Like you obviously work with a lot of up and coming artists. You know what I mean? And you're willing and you're patient. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It all starts with the fans. You get me? I always tell artists like, man, you guys spend so much time in the studio and then call it grinding, and then it has this like psychological effect on you as far as like you think you're next up because you're so, you know, you spend so much time in the studio and you're like, yeah, I'm fucking grinding. We out here doing songs all day. And it's like, but what now? Like it's like you could cook all the food you want, but if you ain't got people coming into your restaurant, like what are you gonna do and shit? Give it out for free to who? You know what I mean? Like, even if you did give it out for free, if people ain't walking in front of your restaurant, what the fuck are you doing? You get me? So it all starts with the fans, and it's like a snowball effect, and you got to stay consistent. I tell people consistency is key, bro. Like he said in his interview that, you know what I mean, he took a 4-year break and expected the loyal fans to be there because you know, when you build a loyal fan base, you got fans that are like, yo, you saved my life. Like, you were there for me when no one else was. Like, I love you. Like, and then they move on to some other shit. You know what I mean? And it's just the reality of it. So you gotta stay building, making fans, staying consistent. And I've been blessed to like kind of have an operation that just kind of grows by itself. Like,
yeah, that's what I wanted to ask. How did you stay relevant from 2002 to now? Like,
you know what? Like, and I don't have a story where I'm like, yo, I put out 100 mixtapes and shit. I don't. I fucking suck at making music, bro. Like, I have a slow pace. You get me? Like, I've dropped since 2012. I've dropped two albums and shit. That's like fucking 6 years. 2 albums. I'm on my 3rd one that's coming out right now. And so it's not like music shit, but I drop videos, and instead of dropping a video and being like, yo, check out my new video once or twice a week, I did that shit every day for months, pushing the same video. You get me? 1,000 views became 10,000, 10,000 became 100, 100,000 became 1 million, and it's like the channel was just growing. And
do you still film videos?
Nah, you know what? For some of the artists on the tour, they're like, yo, I want videos. I can't afford like to hire someone or whatever. I'll put them to the side and be like, yo, I don't do this shit as a career or nothing, but I got the skill and the resources. So let's do some shit. But nah, like someone hits me up like, hey bro, I heard you on OG Husky Radio and he said you shoot videos. Like, nah, don't. I'm not. You know what I mean, you won't find me shooting anybody's shit. You know what I mean?
Word up.
But
yeah. What about the city? What city do we have this year lined up where we hitting?
Well, some of the artists on here are doing 5 shows, right? Okay. Some of them are doing 10 shows. Okay. I'm doing 65 on my own. So a lot of these cats, slowly they're gonna be dropping like flies and shit as the movement goes. I mean, some of them are gonna have opportunities to stay on board. But I'm doing 65 cities. I think it's like 20 states. Everywhere, bro. Just fucking everywhere. The tour is 100% self-organized, self-funded, self-promoted. Like, I took the opposite route. Instead of, hitting up promoters like, yo, I'm popping, bro. I got a couple million views. Like, you should book me for your city. You know what I mean? Like, I was like, I got to do it myself because no one could promote you better than yourself. You know what I mean? Especially when you're not like at some like high level and shit. You know what I mean? I understand I'm still coming up. It's as much as I could like flash numbers at people and be like, yeah, I got the numbers. All that does is make people take you serious. You know what I mean? But you still got to execute on some next level shit. You know what I mean?
When you're looking at artists, you do look at their views and their online presence. Does that factor into what you're doing?
I definitely look at that just to know where they're at in their career. You get what I'm saying? But the way I organize artists and the structure of the whole tour and the program, it's very like it's very precise and critical. Like, I don't even know if you noticed, but if you compare the first 3 artists you had on here to the last 3, you can see a level of like, you can see a gap of experience. You know what I mean? The first ones they're in their first or second year of music. They're barely getting their feet wet. The last 3 already have albums. They already done shit. You know what I mean? So that's kind of the structure of it. So I really don't like I could easily fuck with the dopest fools, that the best dudes that make the best songs and the dudes that think they're popping the best. But for me, the challenge is working with someone who's just kind of like, yo, I'm willing to learn, and I really don't have like the best direction, but I'm down to listen. You know what I mean?
Yeah, is it because you could take them farther because they're willing to work? Like, you know what I mean? Because they're open to that?
Yeah, that's definitely it. You know what I mean? That's definitely it. The worst shit is trying to help someone that already has it figured out. You know what I mean? Like, oh, they think they have it figured out. And the thing is that you can always grow. But some people don't. Some people get comfortable where they're at, and it's like that's where they want to be. And I'm old enough, or I've been doing this shit long enough to where I understand that a lot of dudes go away. You know what I mean? They're not here. Like, they're not. I can name 1,000 dudes my age that I came up doing shows with and rocking back in the days and back when the airliner was popping and Zen Sushi and like those fucking days, you know what I mean? And
Second Street Jazz.
The Second Street Jazz,
like, no more and shit. Like,
there's
venues that ain't even there.
Yeah,
like,
places that don't exist, man. Even like, there's just been so many era shifts, you get me? And I was able to experience all of them because I was active in that whole fucking platform of like LA hip hop, you get me? And a lot of dudes are gone and they're not doing shit, or they're still rapping and they're still like not making an impact, and it's kind of like, damn, bro, is that really what you want to do for the rest of your life? You know what I mean? And that's why in 2012 I hit that barrier. I was like, damn, bro, I'm 25, I'm broke, I'm not making money. At that time, me and my group Rhyme Addicts, we dropped the album with fucking Snoop Dogg. We went to Europe. We were recording with like Onyx and the Crooked Eyes and the big artists, and I was like, fuck, bro, we're not popping, bro. Like, I ain't made a penny off this shit. And I almost quit. I almost said, fuck this shit, I'm gonna stick to the promoting game. And I just changed my whole perspective on things. You know what I mean? Started thinking of it from a business standpoint. And it's still like that. Like, sometimes I forget I'm a fucking rapper, you know what I mean? Because I'm so focused into the business.
But yeah, 2 albums since 2012.
Yeah, 2 albums 2012. And I've been able to tour and sell out shows every fucking year, 3 times a year, consistently, constant, you know what I mean?
The 26 cities you're hitting will be all on the West Coast. How far are you going out?
60 cities. 60 cities.
How far are we going out? What states we hitting?
I think it's like 24 states.
Okay.
24 states, Central Cali, Northern Cali. I'm the only, not the only, but I'm one of the few like LA cats, like Mexican LA cats that actively does shows in Central Northern California. As far as like, bro, I go to Salinas, Watsonville, I go to Modesto, Merced, and places that there's a lot of gang restrictions, a lot of cultural divide just by demographic. You get me? And I managed to build something where I'm allowed to go to those places. Like I literally got. I was telling the homie that there's a lot of gang politics in hip hop, even if you're not gang related. Just because
most people won't even speak on that kind of shit.
Yeah. No one wants you to go to their town and make money in their own city, especially if it's a small town. I mean, and I've had fucking constant death threats. I've had fools roll up with straps in like towns like Visalia, Tulare, Porterville, like little small towns and shit. And I have to kind of like, you know what I mean? I have to stand tall and then build connections, and I'm able to go back and bring artists, and I have this kind of like, I don't want to use the term green light, but I have like this pass of like, all right, bro, we fuck with you, we support you.
I think they know it though, because you know what I mean? When you reach out and they see what you're about and what you're actually doing.
But someone that's not passionate about music or whatever, they don't give a fuck. They're like the youngsters that are like, some fool from LA wants to come up here and rap, and like, fuck that fool, let's go show them that this is our talent. Like it's like a machismo type of thing, you know what I mean? And it's hard. That's why a lot of artists don't go to the small towns. They got big audiences there, but it's fucking dangerous. Like it really is some dangerous shit. Even if you're a hipster, like you just can't go to someone's territory and make, you know what I mean? What if some fool rolls up to your crib and sets up a yard sale in your front yard? Like, bro, like what the fuck? You know what I mean? You gotta give me half that fucking money, you know? So
hashtag RDS Tour.
RDS Tour. And you know what? The RDS Tour, I stopped that shit in 2014. I changed it to the Truth Tour. Then it was Happy Days and Lonely Nights Tour because of my album.
Yeah.
I needed a fucking name to do some promo, and I was like, I can't think of shit. So I just called it RDS Tour again. But I don't even know if that's gonna be the final name on the flyer announcement that I got this coming week to announce everything. So I'm not even gonna like hype it up, RDS Tour, because I really don't. Sounds corny.
At ISUPPOSE818. what are we gonna put so they can find you guys and shit?
ISUPPOSE818. Yeah, all the information's right there and shit.
All right, man. Thanks for coming through, man.
Hey, man. It's dope. I mean, it's dope. Thanks for having us.
Keep it up. OJ Escobedo, stay posted.
Yeah.